So, good afternoon. So, today we are into the third lecture of your subject AI, that is artificial intelligence in this semester. So, up till now, what I have done in the previous two lectures, I will just go through the revision for the 10 minutes. Then I will start with the new topics for the day. So, what we have done in our previous lecture was uninformed search. First of all, we were doing what are different types of searches. Before that, we did what is problem. So problem, any unidentified situation is known as the problem. And what does problem needs? What are the aspects of the problem? That problem has some initial state or the current state, and it is also defined the goal state, that what is the thing we desire from the problem. So from current state or the initial state, we have to reach to the goal state. So this is the overview in very short. We can say this is the problem, that we are given some conditions and we have to reach particular situation or the condition. So from the initial state or the current state to the goal state, in between there are many number of states. So the combination of all the states from the initial state to the goal state is known as state space. It is known as state space. So what is state space? It is a combination of all the states of the problem, right from the initial state to the final state. And the final state is the goal state. So this is what the problem is. And what we are searching the goal state. So is it easy to search the goal state for every problem? So it depends upon the characteristics of a problem. And second question is, does every problem or a problem have only one solution? So answer can be no. It is not always true. A problem can have more than one solution. So we have various ways to reach from the initial state to the final state. Final state is the goal state. It is the solution. When you reach the goal state, we say solution of the problem has been found. So this is the thing. And there are many ways to find the solution. So therefore, the answer is, does there is only a single solution? No, it's not a single solution. Now the question is, if there are many solutions, how can you know which solution is the best one? It depends upon the characteristics of the problem. So we have to go through, we have already done various characteristics of the problem. We have to see the what is the characteristics of the problem. Then we can say, yes, we should go for this type of solution. So now what we are searching a goal state, that is known as state space search. Means searching of that particular state from the state space where the goal is found. So this is what in crux what we have done up till now. Now there are many techniques to search, many techniques that many you have already studied in your previous semesters, like in data structure and the DA subject. But I will divide those all techniques basically into the two types of technique. One is the informed technique and second is the uninformed. So what you have up till now, you have done the uninformed search techniques, which is also known as closed or blind. Here nothing more is given about the problem. You are only given with the your initial or current state and the final state which you have to reach. Nothing else is given. No other information is given. So in this type of techniques, you have to reach one by one. You start from the beginning and one by one, you have to go through, traverse through all the states. Just in a tree, if we are talking about the tree, so there are branches and there are different levels of the tree. So by the two important techniques of uninformed or blind or closed searches, BFS, that is breadth first search, and the DFS, that is depth first search. In both of these two techniques, we have to traverse the whole tree. Means we have to go to the all the possible states from the initial state to the goal state if it is present. So we have to move one by one to the different states. And if the goal is present in a tree, definitely you will reach to the goal. But it depends upon how much, what is the level of the tree, how much big is the tree. It may take a time, it may involve some cost. So, but one thing is true, that if the goal is present in a tree, you will definitely reach to the goal either with the help of DFS or the BFS. In BFS, what happens? You go by level, and in DFS, you go by branch. This we have done 2 times in the previous 2 lectures. I will not repeat. Another technique was the informed search. Other category is the informed search techniques. So in informed search technique, along with the initial state and current state to the final state, that is the goal state, some more information is also given along with that, along the problem. So you have to take out some characteristics from that problem statement, and you have to make some mathematical equation of that particular characteristics. A mathematical expression has to be made, and that is made so that we have to evaluate at present moment we are at particular or current state. From this position we can have various position available to us, but what have to be selected. So here it is not predetermined as it was in BFS that we have to go by level, and in DFS that we have to go by branch. But here we have to evaluate from the current position. We have see what are the different options are available, what are the different branches are available from this particular node. We will make some calculations, and that calculation will be made on the basis of formula we have derived. That formula is made on the basis of information what is present, and that type of formula or the function is known as evaluation function. So we have to evaluate from the current position that which is the best position now, which is the most suitable, which is the more optimal position, what is the more optimal branch we should go now. And that the most important thing is we apply some heuristic. Heuristic means extra information which is given, and on the basis of that heuristic you make a evaluative function which is also known as the heuristic function and denoted by HF. So in this, many types of search techniques were we have done. The most important, the base of all the technique is known as generate and test. And generate and test, what we did at present position, we will generate all the options available for us. Then we will make the evaluation function for all the options, and the best evaluation function we will opt for that particular branch. Now this evaluation function Fn, it has different types of formulas, and it is based on what type of information is present. So on those basis, we have different types of informed search technique, or it is also known as open search technique. So what we have done up till now, we have done the first one is best first search technique. Then we did A star algorithm. Then we just introduced about the AO, that is the AND or graph, which comes under the problem reduction. I did this one also, but the problems of numerical of this was pending. So I will start today from the problem reduction. In BFS, the main takeaway was the evaluation function, which is given by Fn is equal to Hn, and in A star it was Fn is equal to Gn plus Hn. And we have solved 2 problems. One for the BFS also I have done, one tree was given. We have solved according to the Hn. And in A star also Fn is equal to Gn plus Hn. So in both the problems, in this, the weight or the cost or some points were given along with all the nodes. But here the points are given along the nodes and along the edges. Edge give us the cost of reaching from initial position to that particular node, and Hn is the heuristic value or heuristic cost of that particular node. So we have to combine both in the A star algorithm. Now I have also done the EO, that is the problem reduction. I will start from the problem reduction. I have done half of the problem reduction. We will only do the numerical today of the problem reduction. Then the today's topic are hill climbing, very important topic. Constraint satisfaction problem. In constraint satisfaction problem, we will solve the crypt arithmetic problems. Just remember, it is sometimes in short known as CSP. CSP is known as constraint satisfaction problem. And in constraint satisfaction problem, what type of problem we will do? We will do the crypt arithmetic problems. Crypt arithmetic problems. Then we will also do the means ends analysis. Means ends analysis. So three techniques, this one and one is the problem reduction. So I will start with the problem reduction today. So we will go with the problem reduction. And the technique of problem reduction we will be using is the AO star. AO graph or AO star graph. So this is what we are going to do today. So this topic is there. So we will look onto this topic. So what happens? Problem reduction. What is problem reduction? So you say we have done one. You can say characteristics of the problem. Is your problem decomposable? Means can you have a modularity approach to your problem? Can you divide a problem into the sub problems? So yes, there are many problems whose characteristics of decomposition is there. So we can divide the problem into the many problems. And one characteristic is there only a one solution to the problem? No, there are many solutions to the problem. So suppose there is a problem, any problem. I will make this is the tree, and we can solve. We can have a different approach to this tree. One, we can have two paths, two methods. One goes this way, and another go this way. So either you can proceed from this method or you can go to this method. So there is a or in between. There is or in between. This line denotes or. Or is denoted by the line. So we have to see there is a or in a line. So either you go from left hand side method or go from a right hand side method. Now what happens if you go to this way? There is only one step that has to be taken. But if you go to this way, there are two steps which are to be taken together, not a single step. There are two steps which are to be taken together. Now these two steps are joined together with the help of and the symbol is arc. We make a arc, and this arc, what does it denotes? It denotes and. This arc we have done. The meaning of this arc is that these two steps are to be done together. If you do one step, your problem is not solved. But if you go from, there was two methods. One is method one. I will say here left hand side is method one and right hand side is method two. If you come for the method one, only single step is there. If you go for a method two, two steps are there. So M1 or M2. But if you go to the M2, there are two steps. So those two steps are combined with the help of and it is denoted by arc. We have done a simple problem of purchasing a TV, if any person wants to have a TV, then what he or he must do? So therefore the name is AO graph. Therefore the name is AO graph. And sometimes the name is also given as AO star. Now AO star comes from the name of A star algorithm. We have already done the A star algorithm. To solve the AO graph, the implementation is done with the help of A star, that is Fn is equal to Gn plus Hn. And how it happens, we will see in a coming slides, and the coming time we will see that. So up till now, you remember that the best algorithm which implements the problem reduction is the AO graph. Suppose our problem is we want to have a TV. So there are two methods. One method is you steal a TV. You steal a TV. This is the simplest method. It is only one step is there. You want a TV, you simply go and steal a TV. There is another method also of having a TV, but it comprises of two steps. One step is earn money and purchase it. And these two are combined with the arc. Just see. So there are two methods, method 1 M1 and M2. M1 says you simply steal a TV and there is only one step is there. Or, now this is the or portion. Or portion is, it includes two steps, earn money and purchase the TV. So here it is and. This arc symbol denotes the and. So this type of method belongs to the category of the problem reduction, where you, in this step, see, you have divided the problem into two steps and both the steps are carried to solve the problem. First step is earn the money. Second step is purchase a TV. So this is what we have to understand in a problem reduction. It is also very important topic. We will do some numerical or some example of problem reduction, and by solving to it, we will make use of the A star algorithm itself. So let's make some graph or tree and solve according to the AO reduction method, or AO graph method, or the problem reduction method. I will just make a one tree here. So this is one simple tree where we have four nodes A, B, C, D. From A, we can either go to B, either go to C, either go to D. So if we are talking about the cost, so according to BFS or A star algorithm, either we can talk either, suppose we are talking of the BFS. So best if we are talking about the cost is 3. Out of 5, 3 and 4, the best according to cost is 3. But if we are talking about the points, or the score, then we will move to 5. So here I will talk about the cost only. So if we talk about the cost only, then we will go to the 3, because 3 is the least cost. among 5 and 4. But if I talk about the A star algorithm, so in because BFS Fn was only Hn, and Hn of all the nodes is given here. Hn of all the nodes are given here. So this is Hn of B, this is Hn of 3, and this is Hn of D. So BFS goes for Hn plus Hn. Now A star algorithm. If I talk about the A star algorithm, it goes for Gn plus Hn. Now in this case, Hn is given for B, for C and for D, but Gn is not given. Gn is not given. So I told you that if any graph is given and you are told to solve it according to the A star algorithm, then what you will do? If H is not given, that Gn is not given, then you will assume the Gn for each edge as 1. So we will assume as 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. So what according to A star algorithm? So according to A star algorithm, here total cost will be, the AB cost will be, what it will be? 1 plus 5. It is 6. Cost of AC will be 1 plus 3, that is 4, and cost of AD will be 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. So according to the cost, according to A star algorithm, the path we will select will be the AC, because the cost for is minimum. The cost for is minimum. Now I will convert this same problem into the AO graph now. Then we see, at this moment I have not given any AO graph. So here the best path according to cost is AC, because 1 plus 3 is 4. It is the minimum cost. Here the cost was 6. Here the cost is 4, and here the cost is 5. So the best one is 4. We will go to AC according to the A star algorithm, and the formula was Fn is equal to Gn plus Hn. Now I am going to convert this tree into AO graph. So I have to only do one thing. I have to make some arc here. So according to this arc, and this is now AO graph. AO graph. So there are two parts. Now either you can go to AB or you can go to this portion, that is, if you go to AC means you have to go for D also. AC and D are combined. How they are combined? Because and is in between. So now there are two parts, not three paths. One path is AB. I will just draw the dotted line. So one path is AB and another path is ACD combined, because it is and is in between. And is, now we have to evaluate, either we should go for AB or we should go for ACD. So we will see the evaluation function. The evaluation function for AO is same as A star, that is Fn is equal to Gn plus Hn. So here what is the cost of AB? The cost of AB will be 1 plus 5, 6. And here what will be the cost? Here the cost will be from A, C and D. One is 1 plus C. 1 and 3 for C. 1 and 3, that is Gn1, and Hn for C is 3. Plus we have also go to D, because if we are moving to C, then we have to move to D also, because there is and for D here the Gn for D is 1 and Hn for D is 4. So total ACD is 4 plus 5. So it is 9. So here either you go for AB or you go for ACD. If you go to AC means you have to go also for D. If you go to D means you also want to go to C. So we have to evaluate the cost. The cost evaluation for AB is 6 and for ACD is 9. So here the overall cost is 9 and here the overall cost is 6. So which one is the good one? So we will move to the AB because here the cost is less. So this is the theory about the A problem reduction or the AO star. Problem reduction or the AO graph. AO graph. In the PPTs, I have also given one or two more problems. You can go through those problems also. But one thing you have to remember in the PPTs, if this edge is not given, then the value of edge has to be taken as 1. It is your responsibility to take the value of edge as 1. So this is all about the problem reduction. So you go through this and I will just give one problem more to you. I will just give 10 seconds, 20 seconds to go through the whole thing again. So I will be silent for 10 seconds. You just go through the board and see what has been done up till now. So for that particular while, I will ask some questions to you. Yes, Harnoor, I have unmuted you. You can ask me something if you
गुड
want to
आफ्टरनून
ask.
सर सर हमें जो एंड हमने बनाना है वो बी और सी में हम आर्क नहीं बना सकते हमें सी और डी में ही आर्क बनानी है
It will be given. So I have given you that you can also make R B and C also. So you have to. It is not we have to make. It is given. So I have given you the problem where the arc is between C and D.
ओके सर
You can also go. Suppose you want what Hardoon is saying. If you want to make arc between this and this, then here cost will be 5, and here cost will be 1 plus 5 6, 1 plus 3 4. Total cost will be कितना होगा
10
Hardoon? 10,
10
and here it will be the 4. So
4
the arc is made between B and C. Clear? So this arc you will be given a tree. So here I have taken very simple tree. I will draw one more tree here for your practice. I will draw one more tree. Yes, anybody else? Arnoor, any question now?
थैंक यू सर नो
Okay,
क्वेश्चन
good. There is Ritvik. Yes, Ritvik.
हेलो
हाँ जी Ritvik.
सर मतलब वो तो हमने एंगल निकाल लिया और एंड एओ ग्राफ
This
चेक
is
कर
not
लिया
an
बट
angle. This is not an angle. This is arc. And arc
ओके
is
आर
not any angle value. 40 degree, 50 degree नहीं है. It means that the two branches have to be solved. Both have to be solved, not only one.
ओके सर
It is not an angle. It is an arc. It denotes and. That and is denoted in a graph by arc. Clear हो गया?
यस सर
So means if there are two options, either you go for B or if you want to go for C, then if you opt for C, तो आपको D भी करना पड़ेगा. You have to go to D also. Because it is C and D, not along C. Is it okay, Ritvik? Yes, anybody else? I will give you one more problem. You try to solve that also. So it is very simple. Only you have to see the formula which is being used. And one thing you have to learn or understand is the algorithm. The algorithm is same of A star. I'm still repeating in AO. The algorithm is same as A star algorithm. So I will give you one more problem. Let us have Let me give one more problem to you. Just I will draw this very fastly. So it will take 1 minute to draw the tree for you. So now solve. I have given the values of the leaf nodes. Now from A, either you can go for B, this part, or either go to C and D. So if you want to go to B, then in the B, you have to go further. That is, you have to solve E and F both. And you have to go to C, then you have to solve G and H both. And from D, you here reach I. And if you go to I, you have to solve I and J. But if you go to C, you have to go to D also. So just solve and tell me the best path. So I will say, just tell you it is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. And the values here are 5, 10, 3, 4, 15 and 10. Now you take 2 minutes and solve the problem. So here edge is not given. Edge is not given, means GN is not given. What you will do for the GN? So let me ask someone what they will do for the GN. Yes, Santosh Prajuli, I have asked you to unmute. Santosh, can you listen me? Santosh, Shekhar also. Shekhar, I have asked you to unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hello. Shekhar?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So I have given the AO graph in between. So edges are not given. What you will do for now?
Sir, we will assume as a 1.
Yes, you assume. So you assume here 1. You tell me the total output of if you go to B. Then what will the value at A? You have to solve
A
only
plus
left
plus,
portion.
17, sir.
17. Up till B? 17 is up
Up
till?
till B, up till B.
Okay. So 17 is up till B because it is 1, it is 1. So 5 plus 1, 6, 10 plus 1, 12, 12, 10 plus 1, 11, 11 plus 6 is 17. B
7.
became 17. We have calculated B. Anybody who can calculate C now? Setika Mehra. Setika Mehra.
9.
Yes, Setika.
Sir, till C it is 9.
3 plus 1, 4. 4 plus 1, 5. It is 9. What is D?
27.
Very good. It is 27. And now, Setika, you yourself solve now. What will the answer now? If we go towards B, the cost is yes, Setika.
Sir, if we go through B, it will be 18.
It will be the 18. If you go through this, the total cost will be 18 by method number 1. What by method number 2?
Sir, 38.
It will be the 38. So which cost is less?
Sir, towards B it is less, so we will go through that way.
You will go through B. At this moment from A, you will which and or, because this is or in between. So you will go for method 1 or method 2?
Sir, method 1.
If we are talking about the points, if we are talking about very important thing, what I am going to tell you, you have to see in the problem reduction whether he is talking about cost, time, or is talking about score or points. If I was talking about, if you go by this method, your score will be 18, and if you go by this portion, your score will be 38. Now, what will be your answer? What, or where you will go?
Sir, according to cost, if we go, then it will be 18.
Yes, but if according to points,
Sir, then through and the C
true
and D.
and. So this is very, very important thing you have to notice in a problem statement, that whether he is saying about the cost, means these values are the cost values, or these are the point values or the score values. If it's talking about the score, then we have to move toward that side where we gain the maximum points or maximum score. If it is talking about the cost, then we have to move towards that side where it is the minimum score. So understood, Sritika, and other
Yes,
students
sir.
also?
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. So it is good. It is good innovation for me also. If not innovation, it is good result for me. You are solving this problem. It is very good. So I will now go for the next topic, that is the hill climbing. So I will just mute all of you again, and you have to listen to the next topic of hill climbing. So hill climbing is also a technique, heuristic search technique. It is of two types. What we will be doing, it is the one is the simple hill climbing, and another is steepest ascent hill climbing. So what is hill climbing? Just think that hill is in front of you. Just think that hill is in a 3-dimensional. Don't think in a 2-dimensional point of view. First of all, you just see in a 2-dimensional point of view that you are standing in front of hill. Hill is in front of you, and your some goal point is given on the hill, on the hilltop. You have to reach to the hilltop. That is your goal point. So you have to start. What will be your approach to climb the hill? So means if you want to go to the goal point and it is on the hilltop, then what is the thing is, means you have to climb the hill. This is the simple way. So how you go for hill climbing? The simplest approach of the hill climbing is you take a step forward. You take a step forward in one direction. Suppose at present you are here. And your goal is given somewhere above the hill. We do not know where it is the goal. Suppose it is a hill. Your goal can be here, your goal can be here, your goal can be here. Suppose it is here. So what you will do? You will climb, first step you will take here. From initial, it is your current position. You will make a step here. So if it is this step, means suppose you are standing on a hill and you take a step. So you cannot view my step here, just I was putting my. So this step can take you downward also, or this step can take you upward also, because the surface is zigzag. The surface in the hill is zigzag. So this can take you upward also, and this can take you downward. So if this step take you downward, then discard this step. Then you have to discard, because the new value will not be the, it will be the less than the already given value. If you are at certain height and you take the step and this step take you downwards from here, and but your goal is upward direction, then you will neglect. So if you move upward and its value is more, then what will you do? You will make the next value, you will see that is this value is the goal value. If it is yes, if it is a goal value, then you will stop here. And if it is not the goal value, then you will see, is it better from the previous value? Yes, it is better than the from the previous value. Then you will make it a current state. Then you will make it a current state and repeat this step again and again. So again, you take the next step from here. You take a step. This step can, as I say, the surface is not always smooth. It will not always go upward. It can go downward also. So your next step, again same thing. You take the step. If after taking that step, you see that this step takes you to the low side of the hill, then you will neglect this step. If it takes you to the upside of the hill, then you will check whether this is a goal point. If it is a goal point, then you quit. If it is not the goal point, then you will make this state as the current state. Means you take this step, it is good from previous, you make it a, I will write CS. CS is the current state. Similarly this, and ultimately you reach to this position, that is your goal state. That is your goal state. So when you again take the step here, you reach to this point and this point was your goal state. So this is the simple hill climbing. Very easy. So algorithm is very easy. Same as the generate and test. You are current position, you take a next step. This step is your successor. You see the value of successor is greater than current or not. If it is greater than current, you make it is a current successor, current, and if it is less, then you neglect it. So you come to this stage, one, and you have taken one step. Now it is your current state. Again, you take the step. Again, see your successor is greater than the current. Yes, it is greater. Then you make the successor as a current state. And similarly, you reach to the top and you may find your goal. It is the simple thing. But the main problem of this simple hill climbing technique is it is taking you moving only in one direction. It is moving only in one direction. It assumes that your goal point is present only if you go vertically high in this direction only. But actually, this cannot be the scene. Actually, this cannot be the scene. Actually, what happens? Because the hill is very high, you cannot see the top of the hill standing in front of the hill. So this is where you are standing, and this is very top hill there, and it is covering very large area also. So it is not that if you have started moving in this direction, you will directly reach to this. So we have to go to the another hill climbing algorithm that is known as steepest ascent hill climbing, that have different slopes. Means whatever the goal we are speaking, you cannot see from here. This goal can be here also. Your goal can be here also. Your goal can be here also, or your goal can be here. But you are not known. Suppose your goal is present here. This is your goal. From the simple hill climbing, you will just reach here only. Then you have to move this direction or this direction. But in a steepest hill climbing, we include some slope where you can move to various directions. That is steepest ascent hill climbing. Steepest ascent So here some more information is given. So from that information, you can move to the different directions also. Either you move into this direction, you can move to this direction, you can move to, as it is a heuristic search technique. I already told in your problems. In a problem, some information is given. from the information you can know the direction, which will give you some hint, and you can have any of the direction. From here, you may start. You first go here, then you go here, then you go here, then you go here. So it is taking the slope into consideration. So this is the method of steepest ascent hill climbing. The simple hill climbing, it was only in the one direction, moving only in the one direction. So if the goal is present, it will say that the goal is not present on a hill. But yes, goal was little bit this side, and you could not see with the simple hill climbing. But the steepest ascent hill climbing, you can move in a slope, having make use of the slope angle. So you can make of the angle and move towards your goal. So this is about the steepest ascent hill climbing. The algorithm is the same. You start from the current position. You take one step. You name its successor, and your previous was the current. Now you see, is your successor a goal? If it is goal, then quit. If it is not goal, then what will happen? What will happen? From that position, again you will see you have to have various locations now, various directions. So you will choose one of the direction and take next step. Next step will be the successor. You will see the value of the successor is greater, or is it taking towards the goal? Yes. If it is, then you will make this successor as a current and proceed forward. So this is the thing we have to see, take into account in a hill climbing. So there are two types of hill climbing. One is simple hill climbing and another is steepest ascent hill climbing. So very simple algorithm is there. Only we have to see the successor. We have to see the value of the successor, compare the value of the successor with the current state. If the successor value is good, greater than, then you will accept it and make it the current. Again, you take the next step, make it a successor. You will make a successor, but first check, is it your goal point? If it is a goal point, then you will quit. If it is not the goal point, then you will compare it with the current value. If its value is good, you make it as a current, and so on. So this is all about the theory about the hill climbing and the steepest ascent hill climbing. Now what happens in, what is disadvantages of hill climbing? Very important question. Just note down. From the examination point of view, it is very important question. What are the disadvantages of the hill climbing? I'm just making a diagram. So suppose you are standing here and you have to, I said, you have to reach the top of the hill. You have to reach the top of the hill, which is your goal. So you climb from this side and you reach here. And you say, yes, I have reached the top of the hill. I have reached the top of the hill. You have reached to the maxima value. That is the top of the hill. But actually, when we see in a 3D way, so it may be on some other side of the hill. There is another value of the hill which is more top, where the flag is lying. So actually, the top of the hill is this. But from your point of view, you can only see this point. And you reach here and you say that you have reached the top of the hill, which is not the correct. Because maxima, you have to reach to top means maxima, but the maxima is present here. Maxima is not present here. But you cannot see, because if we just see, just close your eyes and imagine you are in the mountains, then at this particular hill, go around the other side of the hill, there are more hills and you cannot see them. You cannot see them. Suppose it was this position. For this, so here you can say this is, but you cannot see this one, from this height I am saying. So we say that we have reached the maxima, but actually we have not reached the maxima. We have only reached the maxima, but this maxima is local maxima. This maxima is local maxima, but the main maxima, which is the top of the hill, that is known as the global maxima, and you cannot see it. It is out. So your algorithm says, from the hill climbing algorithm, that yes, we have reached the top of the hill, but actually we have not reached the top of the hill. You have only reached the local top. We have not reached the global top. Global top is known as global maxima. Local top is known as local maxima. So this local maxima, the name of this disadvantage is local maxima. Write down. The name of this disadvantage is local maxima. It is disadvantage. It restricts you to reach to the global maxima. The main maximum point of the hill is the global maxima. You have only reached the local maxima, and this is disadvantage. This is disadvantage. Suppose I make a tree here. I will just show you in a tree also. Now see, I have made a tree and we have to reach the maximum. From A, if you go to B, maximum you gain 4. From C, you maximum gain 5. And from D, you gain 6. So you will select this path. You will select this path as the value of D is 6. So it is maximum. But just see, if you have gone through this direction, here the maxima was there. That is 12. It was after B. After B, there is E and F having the value of 11 and 12. So overall maxima of the tree is, global maxima is this, F is equal to 12. But what happens, this is the disadvantage of the hill climbing, because from here you will have this direction, this direction, this direction. The value, suppose here the value is 5. So this takes you to the less value, this remains you the same, and here you move to 6. So the successor is having a 6, you will go to this direction. But if you move to this direction, so you can either reach to, suppose here the value is 7, here the value is 8. So you can either reach to 7 or 8. But you will, from D, you can either reach 7 or either 8, you come to 8. But you will say, I have reached the maxima of the tree. But this is not the maxima of the tree. Maxima of the tree was this side, that is 12. But at this moment, you cannot see. From this moment, you can only see this as a maxima, but you cannot see this 12 here as a maxima. So this is the disadvantage of the hill climbing. This is the disadvantage of the hill climbing algorithm. This disadvantage is known as the local maxima. So hope you understand. So I have given you the tree example also, and I have also given you the pictorial example of hill climbing. Next, come to the second disadvantage. Which is known as plateau. The geographical figure, that is the plateau. So what happened? You started the climbing the hill. Just say like this. You started climbing hill. You came to this position. You take this position again. You are in the same level. You again went little bit forward. Again you are in a still same level. You again move forward. Again you are in a still level. So after moving so much distance, you say that yes, I have reached the maxima. There is no more maxima now. I have reached to the top of the hill. After climbing from here to here, so this region, this was a plateau type region. So you are taking one step, you are in the same value. You are taking another step, again in the same value. You are taking another step, again in the same value. Same. So after taking so many steps, your value does not changes. So your successor values does not change. It remains same as of current value after this position. So you say that, yes, now I have reached to the top of the hill. There is no further top. So, but just see, there was after a plateau, there was another top value here, that is the closer value. So you could not reach to this top because after coming from this level, when you reach this level, your value was not changing because their plateau type of region was there. So this type of problem is known as plateau. I will just show the problem of plateau in a tree way also. Just wait. Asima ma'am, will you give me marker? Let me see if it's there. Let me draw again because the marker was going light. So just see the situation of here. From A, B, C, D, you select the D. From D, either you go to E, either you go to F, either you go to G. It is same 7, 7, 7. So here maybe some many branches are there. Some many branches are there. After that, particular one of the branch has the value 12. But you are moved from E to F, it is 7. From F to G, it is 7. You are G to H, it is 7. Maybe somewhere else it may be 12, or somewhere here also it may be 12. So you could not, same values are coming again and again. Or again, you can say like this also it can happen. 7, 7, 7. So where you are moving, so it is only 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. And somewhere else here, after many position, it might have 12, but all are having 7 in between. So you move to this, you move to this, you move to this, every value is getting the 7. You come to this, again it is 7 and 7, 7. So this is the situation of the plateau where the value does not changes. But actually there is one value where it changes. Just see from this diagram also. So you have to read there, and for so much of time there is a plateau only, then only it comes. But from trying many times, you say that there is no till more maximum value again. So this type of problem is known as plateau. And the last problem is known as ridge. ridge has the different orientations and the different directions. Different orientations in hills. So you see like this type of thing. So here it comes the ridge type of problem. So you see all are at the present same position, but actually there is a little variation when it comes to move to down, then you go to up, then move to down. So this type of problem is known as the ridge problem. So I will ask you all that you may go to the net and you have to study whatever the PPTs and the material I am sending. So here these problems are defined more elaborately with the example I have already shown you here. So it is a ridge problem. So now the question is very important question, just not what are the solutions? What are the solutions of the problems of hill climbing? What are the solutions of the problems of hill climbing? So the first solution is backtracking. Then is the long jump and change direction. Change direction. It is backtracking, long jump, or move to another direction. So these are the three solutions. Now I give you assignment or just a task that you have to study this hill climbing and see this backtracking is solution for local maxima, for plateau or for ridge. Similarly, long jump is a solution for local maxima, plateau or ridge. And change direction is solution for what? So these are the three solutions: backtracking, long jump and change direction. Now you have to see yourself, study yourself, which is the solution of which problem. Three problems are there. Local maxima is the problem, plateau is the problem, and ridge is the problem. So up till now, what we have done today, we have done the problem reduction and the hill climbing. Now I will, after 1 minute, I will give you 1 minute and I will launch a poll for you on these two topics. Just go through, I will give you 1 minute to revise yourself what we have done today. We have done problem reduction and we have done the hill climbing. After that, I will do the constraint satisfaction problem, and after that, we will do means ends analysis. So be fast. I will just give you the 1 minute and I will launch a poll. I will stop my video for a while. I allowed unmute now. Sonia, unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Sonia, understood these two problems? One is the problem reduction and another is hill climbing.
Yes, sir.
What are the three problems of hill climbing?
So hill climbing disadvantages.
Anji, Anji.
Sir, एक तो local maxima
Yes.
and then the ridge and the plateau.
Very good. So you can mute yourself now.
Okay, sir.
Prabnoor, you tell me. Prabnoor Singh. So Prabnoor is not answering. Yes, Sumit Kumar Jha, what you want to ask? Ask me now.
Sir, repeat
जी?
plateau. सर ये जो डिसएडवांटेज है ना इसका हिल क्लाइंबिंग का
You
प्लेट्यू
speak little bit loudly.
वो तो रिपीट कर दीजिए एक बार
Yes, speak loudly.
सर
What you want
प्लेट्यू
to
के
say?
बारे में नहीं समझे सर प्लीज रिपीट अबाउट प्लेट्यू
You did not plateau. What happens? You reach to certain height of the hill, and after that there is a plain
Yes, sir.
area. After that there is a plain area. So just
Sir.
see, I will just draw again for you. So you just reach to the top of the hill, not the top of the hill. You climb little bit hill, then there is some plain area. So you take step here, you take a step here, you take step here. Up till now it is good. You are climbing. Once you reach there, you are taking steps, but the value does not changing. Value does not changing. Your top is somewhere else. So up till now, after taking so many steps, your value does not changing. You leave it. You assume that there is this, you have reached the maximum height. This is the problem, but actually you have not reached the maximum height. Maximum height is somewhat present here. Here, this is the maximum. So if this type of problem here, you are taking step again and again, again and again, again and again, still you are not going somewhere, same values are there. Just see in a tree also. So all nodes are having value 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. And somewhere very late in some here, there is some node having value 12. But while moving all the tree one by one, you are getting 7. You come to this child, again 7. You come to this child, again 7. Wherever you are moving, you are getting the value 7 only. So you see that you have reached the maximum. So there is nothing, any value which is greater than 7. But yes, there was some value way behind where the value was the 12. So this is the plateau. This is the plateau.
प्लेट्यू
So I'm going to launch the poll now. So just take care of the poll now. So the first poll is this. Just attempt the poll now. Just see the result of the poll. For the right answer for the first problem was the tornado concept is very well stated by EOGraph. So 70% you have given the right answer. And second, and in EOGraph is presented by R. 78% of you are true. So now I'm going to have a second poll. It is on hill climbing. Just read the statement first of all. Read the statement. It is only one question. I will give very less time now. So see the result of your poll. So now I am going to start the new topic, which is constraint satisfaction problem. Constraint satisfaction problem. So I'm going to start this new topic now. So take care of this new topic. Very easy topic, but you have to see it properly. So this problem is known as constraint satisfaction problem. In short, it is also known as CSP. Now what happens? What is this concept? It is very easy concept. Just understand. So there are certain problems where there are various steps you take to solve the problem, but there are always constraints, limitations are there, that you can take this step only if this is true. Means you are allowed only for this thing, you are not allowed with this thing. You are given certain problem. Suppose in examination also, one is the examination where you are not allowed to see the books. The same problem is given in your tutorial session. So your tutorial lectures are there. Now there is no constraint. The problem is there. Teacher gives you the problem. You solve it by looking into the books. It is open book problem. You can solve your whatever the tutorials are given to you. You will see into the books, make your calculation. But in the final examination, same question is there. Now there is a constraint. You cannot consult the book at that particular moment. So there are certain times where there are problems, in certain problems where there are already some constraints are there. So you cannot, constraints means limitations. Constraint means limitations. So you cannot take certain steps, or you can take certain steps only with certain limitation. You are not allowed to do this thing. You are not allowed to do this thing. So this concept is known as constraint satisfaction problem. So how we deal with this certain problem, and constraints are given in the starting of the problem. When the problem statement is given, you are given with the constraints. So you take the steps, you look onto the constraint. Yes, is this step is allowed or not? Yes, it is allowed to take that step. If this step is not allowed according to the list of the constraints, there cannot be only one constraint. There can be the list of constraints. And what interesting thing in this is, when you start solving the problem, in the problem, while solving, you're taking some steps, it may give rise to new constraints. Means your constraint list is dynamic. Your constraint linked list is dynamic. After doing certain steps, constraints may change. Constraints may change. It is allowed. It is dynamic in nature. In the beginning, there are some other constraints. Later on, there are certain constraints. You see that you play the paper folding game. Paper folding game. There are groups are there. So in the beginning, the main constraint was the same, that your foot should not away from the paper and you have to dance with your partner. But as on game progresses, the folding of paper goes on. The area where your foot can reside, that area comes, it becomes less and less. One constraint is always there, that your foot should not go beyond the newspaper. But as the game progresses, in every step, you keep on folding the paper. So more constraints are given. Earlier, two constraints, the area was this one, and you should not have put aside from the newspaper. In the second, area was reducing. Area was reducing. So this type of problem is known as the constraint satisfaction problem. You take the step. Before taking the step, you have to look at on the constraint list. Then you see if this step is allowed. You just make a step. After taking the step, again you have to see that there is the same constraint or refined. Constraint list keep on refining again and again. And in each step, you take on to the constraints. After revolving taking all the constraints, you take on steps and see whether you reach to the goal point or not. So very simple concept is there. So in a flow chart, you start, then you take on list of constraints. Then here you take a decision. You can take a step or not. According to it can be yes, it can be no. If yes, you take the step, you come to this situation again while taking the step. So while taking the step 2, you again see there is a constraint. So this is in a loop. So this thing is in a loop. So you take the step, yes, you may come to some situation, it is goal. If it is goal, then skip. If it is not goal, again take the step, see it is a constraint or not, and this is the way you solve the problem. So one important types of problem which is in your syllabus and we will do in a constraint satisfaction problem. Those problems are known as crypt arithmetic problems. Crypt arithmetic problem. Just remember, very important. Crypt arithmetic problem. Suppose what these problems are. We have to see whether this send plus more is equal to money or not. Send plus more is equal to money or not. So what is this problem is, here you have to given that each alphabet can have one digit between 0 to 9. Each alphabet can given a decimal value between 0 to 9. So this is the problem. And by giving this decimal value between 0 to 9 to each alphabet, you have to solve the problem. Now what is the constraint here? Just see. If any digit is assigned to any alphabet, then that digit could not be assigned to any other alphabet. Suppose value given to S is 7. So wherever S is there in this whole problem, it will have the value 7, and 7 cannot be given to any other alphabet. This is one constraint. Another is, if any alphabet acquires some value, means D acquires 4. Then D cannot have, say, suppose here E is there. So if the value of E is 4, then all the E's will have the 4. If 4 is given to E, then 4 cannot be given to any other alphabet. And if E gets the 4, all the E is here, E is here, E is here. In more also E is there. In money also E is there. So the same value has to be given this way. So you have to solve this problem. Very interesting problem. Just see, tell me the value. What will be the value of S? What is the value of E? What is the value of N? What is the value of D? What is the value of M? What is the value of O, R, E? So just see, in upper side, there are only 4 digits, S, E, and D, 4 alphabets. But in our result, there are 5. So obviously, if you assign some values to S and M, it will result in carry. And carry here can only be 1 because value of any digits can be more than 9. If as this is also 9, this is also 9, which is not the case here because S and M will have different values. Suppose here is also S. So if S is maximum value, S can have a 9. This can also have a maximum value 9. So result will be 18. So carry will be 1 only. Carry will be 1. So there will be no number greater than 1 in a carry. But here it is more. Now you solve this problem. You have to see what will the value of S, E, N, and D. So how to solve this problem? So I will give you just hint. In the hint, you will see how to go for this problem. But I will not solve the problem, so the problem will be solved by you only. Same questions come in a aptitude test also. So how you approach? There is a send, there is more, and there is money. I will only start for you. What you do? You write all the alphabets this side. There is S, there is E, there is N, there is D, there is M, there is O, R, E is already there. Then money ka M already there, O is already there, N is already there, E is already there, and Y. And you write 0 to 9 this side. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me write. You can also do this thing side by side at your place. I will stop for a while. What you do? You write send. You write more. Then you do plus here and write money. And in the side, you write all the alphabet S, E, N, D. Then M, O, R, E. E is already there. Don't write again. Then M is also there. O is also there. N is also there. E is also there. Y. So you write down all the lines and write down 0, 1, 2, 3, 9. So you also do along with me. Let us see. We will solve this problem. So once you have written, now come to this side. I will give you 10 seconds. You all write this. I will wait for you. So this type of problem is known as script arithmetic problem. And these problems are the examples of the constraint satisfaction problem because there is a list of constraints that each alphabet can have only one digit and one digit can be given only to the one alphabet. It cannot be repeated. So just start. Now see, one thing is sure that there is carry. There is carry. So this M value should be 1. This M value should be 1. Either it can be 5 plus 6. It can be 6 plus 5, 5 plus 7, 5 plus 8, 5 plus 9, 7 plus 6. 7 plus 8, 7 plus 9, whatever may be the case, it is sure that M is 1 because carry is there. These are 4 digits and 4 characters and the result is 5 characters. So M is 1. It is sure because it is a carry. The value of M is 1. So if this is 1, so you write down M is 1. So in this side, you circle this. Means M is given 1 and you cut down this 1 here now. And you cut down M here. So means 1 and M are out of picture now because the value of M is 1. So M is also out of picture and 1 is also out of picture because 1 is given to M. So you cannot allot M to anybody, any else. So make a line here. And M is also given value. So M is given the value 1. You circle that 1 and cross other. So M is set. Means here M is 1 now. You write on 1 here also. So if M is 1, so here the carry is there. So what S will be? What S will be? You have to generate the carry. So S should be 9 because 9 plus 1 will be 10. If S is 8, then 8 plus 1 will be 9. So it is not carry. We have to make it 10 or greater than 10. So if M is 1, then S will be 9. S will be definitely 9. Yes. But one thing, S can also be 8. Suppose we add E and O here and carry is resulted from E and O, then carry comes in here and S can be 8 also. S can be 8 also. So if there is some carry, then your S can be 8 also or 9 also. If there is no carry, then definitely S will be 9. So at this moment you can say either if carry comes, your S will be 8. If carry does not come, then your S can be 8 or 9. If carry comes, it can be 8 or 9. If does not come, then definitely S will be 9. So it is up to you. You first hit and trial now. You start with S9. You start with S9. आप S को 9 समझ के सोचो. So 9 plus 1, it is 10. So 10 is M becomes 1. Your O becomes 0 because 10. S becomes 9. Now see O is here also. In a more, it also becomes 0. ये भी 0 हो गया. And you proceed further. Let me see who among you try this. So I assume that S is 9 and M is 1. S is 9 and M is 1. So I have started for you S9. ये 9 मैंने S को दे दिया. ये 9 भी काट दो. Cut this. Now you do yourself. Let me see what is your result now. I will give you 2 to 3 minutes to solve this problem. So I have given you started with M1 O0 S9. S9. Now you start here. So if this O is 0, then this more wala O will always be 0. This will always be 0. So you have given S9 M1 O0. You cut this also. Now you start with E. E की value क्या होगी? Because what E will be here, same E will be here, same E will be here. Now you see E2 होगा, 3 होगा, 4 or 5. So your E can be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because 0 is given, 1 is given, 9 is already there. Now you try yourself. And let me see. And whatever the result will be, you will add those results and see the final result is same or not. That is the check. So I give you 5 minutes. Let me see if anybody can you solve Yes, it is a challenge to you. And on the other side, near about, I am saying 45 engineers are there already in a final year. So in the final year, students are already engineer. And you, let's see, you all can solve this. How many of you can solve this problem? Don't take it as a syllabus, take it as an aptitude problem. So it belongs to constraint satisfaction problem because there is a constraint on what digit has to be assigned to what alphabet. And once the digit is assigned, that digit cannot be assigned to any other alphabet. And if one alphabet gets one digit, that alphabet cannot have any other digit. So let me see who are trying. Ask some questions to you in between. Yes, Ram Manohar, you are unmute now. Tell me. You raised your hand.
सर इसमें हम कोई भी
Yes,
वैल्यू
yes,
नहीं
Ram
ले
Manohar,
पाएंगे सर,
बोलो.
क्योंकि अगर ई का वैल्यू अगर हम 2 भी लेते हैं तो
हाँ जी, yes,
Hello?
Ram Manohar, tell me. I cannot listen you. Speak little loudly.
I'm saying that sir, you cannot take any value here for e, because e and n value will be become similar, so you
No,
have
no,
to
you
change
can
the
have.
s value.
You can have. What you are trying for E?
Sir, if I'm trying 2, then n also will become 2 only,
No, no. See here, O is 0.
because
O is 0. Beta,
Yes, sir.
listen here. You say if I take 2, it will come to no. There can be carry from here also. N plus R can result some carry, which will
Yes,
come
sir.
to here. Suppose E2 है ना, what you are saying आप E2 ले रहे हो तो N2 आ जाएगा because O is 0. नहीं, E आप 2 लो, क्या पता यहाँ से कोई
Yes,
carry आ
sir.
जाए
Yes,
पीछे
sir.
से,
Yes, sir.
तो N बेटा 3 बन जाएगा.
Okay, sir.
Understood?
Okay, sir.
Understood
yes,
or
sir.
not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
बेटा E आप अगर 2 लेते हो, O 0 है, E का पीछे से कोई कैरी आ जाए तो N E नहीं रहेगा ना, N उससे एक जब ज्यादा हो जाएगा.
Yes, sir. N will
तो
become
जो
3.
आप E लोगे N उससे एक ज्यादा हो जाएगा, कैरी हो सकता है. मैंने कैरी में कोई
Okay, sir.
कंस्ट्रेंट
Okay,
नहीं
sir.
लगाया.
Okay, sir.
जहां मर्जी जो आप E की वैल्यू लोगे N की वैल्यू उससे एक ज्यादा हो जाएगी. अब मान के चलो कि कैरी आ जाएगा पीछे से.
Okay, sir.
नाउ ट्राई.
Okay, sir.
I have kept you on mute. So whatever the problem, you can tell me any other time. So let me see some other student. Ujjwal Sinha. Ujjwal,
Yes, sir.
Hanji, can you listen?
Yes, sir.
Hanji, tell me what are the values you are taking now?
सर अभी तो बना रहा हूँ मैं.
What value you have taken for E?
सर 2 ले सकते हैं.
लो जी बताओ फिर. 2 लिया तो N क्या बन गया? तो E फिर हर जगह 2 लो ना. पहले वाला E भी 2, N और R का जो वहां भी 2. तो 2 लेने से सही होगा? आपको लग रहा है N और R दोनों 1 1 ही होंगे? बेटा अगर E
No,
की
sir.
वैल्यू 2 लोगे तो N और R की भी तो कोई वैल्यू देनी है. तो N को 1 दे दोगे तो R को 1 तो दोगे नहीं.
Yes, sir.
तो 0 भी नहीं दोगे. तो मीन्स E की वैल्यू 2 सही नहीं बैठ रही है.
Yes, sir.
अगर आप E को 2 दे देते हो बेटा और आप मान दो पीछे से कैरी आ जाएगी तो N 3 हो जाएगा. पर E
Yes.
आपका मनी वाला में भी E है ना, तो N
Yes,
प्लस R वहां पे 2 कैसे बनेगा? ना N को 1 दे सकते हो ना R को 1 दे सकते हो क्योंकि 1 ऑलरेडी चला गया.
Yes, sir.
E will be 6.
तो E की वैल्यू 2 नहीं सेट बैठेगी. ट्राई सम अदर वैल्यू. 3 सोचो, 4 सोचो, 5 सोचो, 6 सोचो.
6 ले सकते
6 होगी सर E की वैल्यू.
6.
Hello.
हेलो
Hello, sir.
कौन?
सर राम मनोहर मैं बोल रहा हूँ.
हाँ जी राम मनोहर, you tell now.
Sir, I got it, sir. Sir, E value will be 2
E value
and
2.
N will be, yes sir,
नहीं,
N will become 3.
बेटा E अगर 2 लेगा तो मनी वाला, मनी का E 3 2 कैसे हो जाएगा? N और R प्लस.
Sir, I'm taking, yeah, I'm taking 8 sir, and N will become 3.
ठीक है, करो आप, करो. अच्छा, there can
Sir,
be
I've
more
done
than
it.
one solution. मैं ये भी बता रहा हूँ. There can be more than
Yes
one
sir,
solution.
sir,
You have done?
I have
So
done it sir.
just wait for a minute, huh? Just wait
Yes,
for
sir.
a minute. Let us see some other.
Okay.
So those who have done, please raise your hand. Those who have done, please raise your hand. Ram Manohar, you wait for a while, 2 minutes. Let us try if somebody else can do. If anybody has done, please raise your hand. Yes, Richa Bhandari is there. Richa,
Yes, sir.
have you done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just wait for 1 minute now. I will only give 1 minute more. So Ram Manohar has done, Richa has done. Anybody else? Rohit is there. Let me see Rohit. Rohit, unmuted you.
Yes, sir.
You have also done?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So सबसे पहले राम मनोहर,
Yes sir.
you just let me share your video now. Ram Manohar, share your video now. Show your copy in front of your video. You always see now.
Okay sir.
अपना वीडियो स्टार्ट करो और अपनी कॉपी वीडियो के सामने लो. Yes, show us. So what value you have taken?
Back camera is not.
No, it will work. घबराना नहीं है. You
clicking.
take your time. Copy. You bring your copy like this. Just see what I am doing. See, bring your copy like this. Yes. So what is the value now? You tell me. पहली लाइन का वैल्यू बताओ बेटा.
Sir, S value is 9. S value is 9.
9.
E value is 2.
9 2 पूरा बोल दो. 9 2 आगे.
3 4.
9 2 3 4. Then in the lower line
1082.
1082. Then
Okay.
output is
The last one 10326.
3 2 6. Yes, all of you check.
Yes.
Is it right? S is 9. O is both the places it is 0. E is at 3 places. 2 2 2. N is at 2 places. राम मनोहर, ये आपका N प्लस R E 12 कैसे बना? राम मनोहर, there is some problem I think. आपका 3
Yes, sir,
plus
there is
8
mistake,
11
there is mistake.
नहीं बन रहा, 11 बन रहा है ना?
Yes, yes, sir, there is mistake.
So it is not the right answer. So it is
Okay.
not the right answer. So let us see some other student. Rohit, Ram Manohar, you try something else. Huh?
Sir, can I?
Rohit is there. Yes, Rohit, you show your copy now. What is your value now?
Sir, can I only say?
Yes, you can say. Why don't you
Yeah.
show your copy in front of all? I will allow you to share your video.
Just a second, sir.
I have allowed you to share your video. Rohit? So what value you have taken? 9345 and 1093. बेटा ये गलत हो गया. R को 9 आपने दे दिया. S is already 9.
Oh.
So
shit.
this is also wrong. This is also wrong. Now Richa Bhandari is left now. Rohit, you mute yourself. Lower your hand, Rohit. Richa, you show your video. I am asking you to show your video. Show your copy, Richa.
Yes.
Richa, what is the value?
Sir, S9,
Take
E5, N6,
9567. Very good.
1085.
Very good. It is the right answer. And the answer will be 10652. So all of you note that 9567 1085. Very good. So I will go to the board and your answer will be 9567 1085 and the output is 10652. So just check. S is 9 here. I will share my video. Just wait. So all of you see here. It is 9567 1085 10652. S is 9. So here M is 1 here. M is 1 here. O is 0 here. O is 0 here. Then E is 5 here. 5 here. 5 here. So it is 7 plus 5 2. It is 12. 1 here. 7. 1 plus 6 7. 7 plus 8 15. 1 here. 6 and 6 here. So it is 9. Very good. It is the correct answer. That is 9567 1085. 9567 1085 and answer is 10652. Anybody else who wants to share some other? There can be more solutions also. There can be more solutions of this problem also. Not only one solution. So very good, Richa. Well tried, Ram, Manohar. Well tried. Ritvik was there. Ritvik, you want to say something?
हेलो हेलो
Yes, yes.
सर सेम ही है मेरा भी.
Same hai. Okay. So now I will start the last topic of today. So was it interesting? Was it interesting?
Yes, sir.
So I will also give you some more problems. You can try at your end. I will give you some simple. Just try 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Just try 2 plus 2 equal to 4. 2 plus 2 equal to 4. It is much easy. Because one you set T, same is set W1. You have to set only one time. You have to only set 3. Then try 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. You try this one. So all the students must try these two also and send me in a WhatsApp group afterwards. So you can try there and send me in a WhatsApp group. So I will start the last topic of today. that is means ends analysis. Just see the time is there. So the time is over. So we will do the means and analysis next time. So I will launch a poll for you now. I will launch a poll for you. Just see the poll 3. Simple one question only. I'm going to end the poll now. So you can see the result. So okay students, now today you have done these problems of the problem reduction. With 3 also we have done the hill climbing and we have a constraint satisfaction problem. In the next session we will do with the means and analysis, and we will do very interesting chapter, that is the game playing, in the next lecture. So hope you have understood well, and I have given you the 2 problems about the constraint satisfaction problem mode, that is 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 and 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. You try at your end. So okay, goodbye.